Hello and welcome. Today I'm in the tier 6 US battleship, the Arizona, and I'm using these modules and commander skills. Now I had some insane RNG in this game, but before we get to that, I'd like to mention that I find the Arizona a pretty good ship, because she has a lot of firepower for tier 6 while being really durable. Anyways, let's get to the match. So, it's a match on the map New Dawn, and fairly near to the spawn, 1 minute in, I saw an enemy Königsberg at 17 kilometers, so I turned my ship and guns and opened fire. And then I deleted the Königsberg in one salvo. 21,000 damage, 1 minute 30 seconds in. 2 citadel hits, alright. So, I'm moving towards the western side of the map, although it seems that my team seems to be mostly moving to the eastern side more or less. But it's standard battle, so I mean it doesn't really matter that much as long as you don't overextend and die. So, I see a New Mexico, I open fire again. By the way, one of the things the Arizona is not very good at is dealing with planes. Okay, the salvo should hit soon. Okay. 3,399 damage. Not a very high amount, but then again, I can't really complain considering what my opening salvo was like. So, right now, it seems the enemies are also going towards the eastern side, so it seems I will be mostly shooting at enemies at long range, and I can actually go quite far on this side of the map, which is why I stay more or less towards the middle. So the Warspite is the next target. Unfortunately she disappeared, so I don't quite know, won't know how it went all that well, although I did get the citadel hit, so I think that Warspite is kinda regretting showing me a broadside like that. And I suppose I'll just keep going closer, because there really is no reason for me to be very vigilant here, considering how it seems that the entire enemy team is going towards the western side of the map. By the way, earlier I said eastern. Sorry, I meant western. So another salvo on the Warspite. I don't want to... Okay, so the problem here is that if I keep going further straight ahead, I might put myself into... Oh my god, another citadel hit on the Warspite. That guy is unlucky. So the reason why I don't want to go full speed ahead in my current position is because I think I might be putting myself into a worse position. Because right now, where I currently am at, the enemies are somewhat showing me broadside. Well, not quite, but it's not as bad. If I keep going further ahead, you know, the broadside will get worse and worse until I get to the rear of the ship. Although, considering there is a ranger straight ahead with apparently nobody protecting it, that might be also an interesting target. The other opportunity would be to go towards the middle of the map, but I think that would be slightly dangerous. And if not dangerous, then the problem might be the big island in the middle. But yeah, this ranger is dead. Which is very good for me, because my ship is not very resistant to aircraft carriers, so I'll definitely help out a little bit. Okay, so a Nicholas seems to be coming over here. I don't know if he's trying to defend the ranger or just chilling. Regardless, doesn't really matter. Oh, and another citadel hit. Damn. It's 4 minutes 30 seconds into the game and I have 5 citadel hits on a battleship. That's quite incredible. This RNG is... well, it's very, very good. Oh, and the ranger went down. Excellent. So now I don't really have to worry about my greatest weakness, which is planes. I suppose destroyers with their torpedoes can be quite pesky, but it should be alright. So I think this is the unfortunate Warspite I shot earlier, so let's do it again, because that guy seems to really enjoy catching my shells. But she turned closer, so these shells are not gonna do all that much, although they did still penetrate and deal damage. And I suppose at this point, I mean, because of where the enemies are, I suppose I do have to go closer. Especially since that Warspite is gonna be behind an island that I can't shoot over. I'm not quite certain what to fire at. I suppose it will be the Nuremberg. Although I don't really like shooting at these kinds of cruisers, because they are faster than you expect quite often, so you need to lead more than I normally do. And that often is not as easy Like right now, yeah, I did get the citadel hit and 3 overpens, but I do feel like I just got really, really lucky there because that salvo did not seem like a very good one. But the RNG is just unreal. Seriously though, I mean, I have 6 citadel hits in a battleship. It hasn't even been 7 minutes. It just passed the 6-minute mark. Alright, Warspite next. And believe me, this is not like something inherent to this ship because I have played this ship before. You don't get citadels left and right. This is just like an abnormal game. But the enemies are coming back, by the way, which means that I will have quite a lot of opportunity to get a few good shots on some of them. Unfortunately, I can't citadel a Bayern, so I'll try not to shoot her. I'll pick the Cleveland instead, because I seem to be getting free citadel hits left and right all the time. You know, which means that because I just said it, it's not gonna happen anymore. Yeah, I suppose I can miss like that completely. Okay, we are capping, so I don't really have any... If the enemy carrier were alive, I would still be vigilant about losing this game, but at this point I don't think that's really a possibility. Because with their carrier gone, our carrier can just, you know, stall the game enough that they will just lose. They have lost enough ships so that I don't think they can come back. Next salvo on the New Mexico, come on. And another citadel hit for 26,000 damage. I have high caliber in 7 minutes and 30 seconds. I wish I got these kinds of games all the time in this ship. That would be quite incredible. Although, to be honest, while this ship is very durable, I am not exactly being or using the ship in a very careful manner here, because I am being very, very aggressive. But then again, if a York is pushing right in front of me, I don't really have to worry about people shooting me, because that's like a cruiser, easy kill. And another 17,000 damage on the New Mexico. That guy is not having a good time. At least I think so. So there are destroyers inside this cap zone, but then again, I am the biggest ship in here, so probably quite many of them will be shooting me, although to be honest, they should be shooting the destroyers. By the way, this is kind of what I meant earlier with don't overextend. I have to really shoot this Nicholas because this guy is gonna come in and torpedo me otherwise, and I don't think I would like that. She seems to be coming closer, so I'll wait a little bit until I get a slightly better shot. Oh, one of my guns was broken, but I damage control partied because I got 2 fires on, and well, that's a good buy on the Nicholas. 12 shells is actually quite a lot, so yeah. I don't think a destroyer should try their luck like that. Okay, then New Mexico went down, so they have a Cleveland and Königsberg left, and those are the only ships. However, the game will end once one of those ships dies. I think I'll take a shot on the Cleveland, since she is actually... no. It seems I am aiming at the Königsberg instead, because she is very, very close. And, well, that's game, because they just dropped below 0 points. By the way, that end shot was also a citadel hit. Yeah, this was... yeah, RNG was unreal. Thank you very much, RNGesus, for this great game. I got a Confederate, Devastating Strike, First Blood, High Caliber. I did 142,000 damage, 8 citadel hits, 42 shell hits, 3 ships destroyed, 1 secondary hit, etc. And in the team score panel, I got 1870 base experience, with number 2 being at 1200, and here's the damage panel. This game lasted for 9 minutes and 24 seconds, and I did 142,000 damage in 9 minutes and 24 seconds. This RNG was unreal, just unbelievable, just insane RNG. Credits and XP, and 300,000 profit. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, then like it. If not, then dislike it. And I would like to thank the patrons on Patreon. Thank you very much for your continued support, Alterial, and I hope I see you guys next time.